Back to our top story on the transfer show. Newcastle United expecting a second bid from Liverpool for Alexander Isak after rejecting their initial offer, £110 million. And to do that, we are joined by the former Hull City Executive Chair, Paul Duffin. Paul, thank you so much for coming along and for your time. Let's start with Alexander Isak then. Is there a feeling of inevitability from your experience that this deal is a case of when and not if, especially when the players effectively made it clear, I want out?
Yeah, I mean, it's all a bit of gameplay, really. To a certain extent, it's poker being played between the players' representatives, I'm sure, and the club. But the club, at the end of the day, there's no point in them trying to force him to do anything. There have been many situations in the past like this where clubs and players have gone toe-to-toe, hasn't gone anywhere. They've managed to roll back any animosity and continue for another season. But I would expect this is going to go for a good couple of weeks yet, with increased bids coming in, more rumours, more unrest, a bit more disruption. But I think right now it's more than likely it will get done eventually.
Paul, can you give us an insight into what that boardroom will be like at Newcastle United? Because clearly this is the worst scenario for them, selling their best player. And he's made it very clear. What will the Newcastle owners, board members be doing? And how do you think they should approach this situation?
I think they'll be quite pragmatic. I'm sure they're in a world of focusing on things they can control and not anticipating things that they can't. At the same time, they've got a frustration at the moment with PSR. And if they did manage to get a lump of cash in for Isak, that would help that situation, albeit they need to replace him. So, yeah, it's a classic scenario that they will have modelled previously. I'm sure the executive at Newcastle, the scouting team, are all over what the options will be, but they know they're not in control of it at the moment, and they'll have to be ready to react.
Have you been in situations like this before, Paul? And if so, what happened?
Fortunately not. The nature of my tenure in the Premier League and the squad that we built was that I don't recall any clubs ever coming hunting for our players. But it's all fair in love, war and transfer windows between football clubs. I'm afraid you have to be prepared to react to situations that you haven't planned for.
You mentioned the dreaded words there, PSR, as far as Newcastle fans are concerned. Now, we know that they are effectively the richest club in the world. They have huge sums of money to spend, but they can't spend it. We understand why PSR is there, but do you agree with it? Is it working in its current... Do you agree? Is this just stopping clubs getting to the top table?
So I think those are... Inside Newcastle United, it feels like, as you said, potentially a really nightmare scenario for them. It's not the same from a Liverpool perspective, is it? This is turning into one of the most extraordinary windows from a club that we've ever seen. They've already spent close to £300 million. If, it's a big if, Isak was to come, it will take the spending past Chelsea's record outlay back in 2023, which was around £435 million. That's if Newcastle United get the £150 million that they would want if Isak was to go. So, from Liverpool's perspective, it's looking pretty rosy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But it's a confirmation that this is now Arne Slot's team. Because at the end of last season, you had Liverpool won the league. It was Jurgen Klopp's squad, which I always found a bit unfair, because no one predicted Liverpool to win the league last season. I didn't see many. But then all of a sudden, the pressure will be on because of what they've spent. But it looks like they've spent it ever so well. You just wonder... I don't see Liverpool walking away from this, do you? I don't see Liverpool walking away because of one bid being rejected. That would surprise me. I know there have been reports out there, but that would surprise me. But looking at them now, that's looking more and more like Arne Slot's team. I'm sure many are excited to see... I mean, I know you know Milos Kerkez very well. That's someone who would, you know, walk into that side with battle with Andy Robertson potentially. Florian Wirtz, everyone's excited to see that. That's a huge transfer fee. But that confirms that this is Arne Slot's team now, doesn't it, when this season kicks off?
What it shows to me is that there has been really structured, targeted, clear business. Liverpool knew exactly what they wanted to do at the start of this window, and they've gone out and got it done. so that Arne Slot walks in virtually on the first day of pre-season and he knows the squad he's got to work with. There'd be probably a striker and a centre-back to go into that squad, and that'll be their business done. And there still could be some quite heavy departures. A lot of talk about Harvey Elliott, a lot of talk about Darwin Núñez as well, so there could be more. We mentioned earlier on Sky Sports News Tyler Morton as well. Big conversations happening between Liverpool and Lyon over the course of this weekend. That would be 15 million, another 15 million, 100% PSR profitable, so therefore more money in the bank with regards to their finances and their accounts. So this is a team that have been really organised and structured. They have executed this window so far to perfection. They still have so much headroom with regards to PSR, so they are sat in a very comfortable position, and they've built a team that arguably could be the team to beat for the next 2, 3, 4 or 5 Premier League campaigns.